Hi Capricorn, welcome to your April reading, and let's start talking about, we're going straight to the reading. So let's start talking about the astrological aspects. We know from what was going on in March. Okay, so what was going on March, we had Jupiter retrograde and Mercury retrograde, two retrograde planets. One is that Jupiter retrograde was in your 11th house, which has to be with your friendship, acquaintances, social activities. So you might have been in the place where you will be still, because Jupiter retrograde is going to be in your 11th house until the middle of July. So it's all about friendships and reviewing things and who you want to be with, who your really friends are, and going out. It's a lot of revisions and things. When it comes to Mercury retrograde, is going to be in your 4th house until the middle of April, right? So it's until April 14. Mercury retrograde in your 4th house has to be with home, domestic, real estate, your house. So communications basically when it comes to that. So if you have to deal with real estate, your house, you might have to revise things about that. And now when it comes to other stuff going on, because that is dragged from March, in April, the new thing we're going to have is Saturn retrograde making a conjunction with Mars in your 1st house, Capricorn. 1st house, your personality. So this is funny that I don't have none of these cards coming down. Finally, it's in your 1st house, and it's about self-identity and your outward personality, what you show into others. So it's about restructure. Remember, Saturn is your is in Capricorn. It's in your sign, so it's back there. So it's restructuring things for you. And of course, sometimes you can lose your patience, because sometimes my Capricorns can be a little stubborn or lose their patience, because you guys love this structure, but you always come up with the truth. And I know you are my Capricorn. Look at this. Why I said it. Losing your patience. Maybe some truth's gonna come out. And it's something about your stability at home. And remember that you will going to be tested, specifically when it comes to your home. Mercury retrograde has to be with communications. There you go. Communications, truth coming out. We really need to be clear. Clear when it comes to your stability and how you see things at home with your family, children, how the structure of your house is when it comes to also in love with your emotions, with whoever you are with. But I see you feeling like things are not pretty much going the way you want. Or do you expect it? Like, do you expect, wow, I expect that everything's going to be great, and then now things are going upside down? The 3 of Cups saying that you might need to go out and have more fun too. I feel like you are losing the patience. I think if you're in a relationship right now, or you've been going out with someone, even if you're alone, this transition in energies about the retrogrades and how it's making you revise things and making things go slower for you to restructure your life again, it's putting you in an energy that you really want things to move forward, and you're getting a little like desperate and impatient, either with situations and people. Now in April, trust me, you'll feel it. And whatever you exteriorize is going to change. And it has to be with Saturn retrograde. And maybe you're going to see things more clearly. You're definitely going to feel like you need to have your space. You might want to, like, I just need everybody to leave me alone. Like, I need time for myself. I need to clear my head. I need to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I feel like it has been all about struggling and restructuring things in your life, even in love. Like, that you feel now like all that effort is like too, like, you're struggling a lot in certain way, like how things you want to go. Maybe you too, I feel you Capricorns are being too stiff and stiff in the way you see things, because you do have this Eight of Cups where you're walking away from all this feeling of, oh my God, how can I fix things? I'm tired of feeling unhappy. I'm tired of feeling tired. I'm tired of working so hard. I'm tired that my relationships are not going exactly the way I want it. And I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Some of you might opt to be drinking a bit, overdoing it. Some, because they're feeling that they want to substitute and replace things for that little emptiness there. And you are going to be pushed completely by Saturn in Capricorn retrograde, going to make you go backwards and restructure things, but in a slower pace, and start looking at things how is revolving around you when it comes to your life and love, and how is this influencing your happiness, especially at home. Are you really happy with it? Is it so bad, this Nine of Cups, that is just going in reverse? Like, you are losing hope, losing that wishful desire of having everything perfect, but maybe it's too much. Like, you being too much, too rigid. And I feel like you Capricorns really need to go out more and enjoy life, because you can't be like this. Let's see what else we see. I'm sorry. Okay, this is the Daughter of Swords. Okay, we have the Messenger here of Swords reverse. There you go. Oh, good, good. Looking at this, I think you really need to. We need to get in deep what's going on with you guys, because it's too much. But this once I pick it up, and this, let me see. Does it make sense? You see the clarity you need to base your happiness in something that has a solid foundation. But look how it is. This is a 3, 3, 3, and 3. It says to me about stability, happiness, foundation. You know, so the Page of Swords in reverse, the Tower in reverse. Look at this. Well, let's look at this. Maybe you feel like someone in general has been talking too much, promising things, and do not deliver. Because that's what is bothering you. People who come to your life, either your husband, your wife, your kids, children has to be everything, because it's all about family and when it comes to you and your personality and how you going to express this month. And you are tired. I think what is really, really hitting you deep inside you is like you feel like people in your life are just not keeping their promises, or say one thing and then do something else. They can't keep their promises. They it's like they try to exaggerate things to make you believe certain things that not there, or they pretend to be someone and it's not you, it's people around you. And you trying to found that stability, try to make a foundation, but the problem is like how can you when you have people like this that you feel you can completely trust 100%, because this person can tell you, I do want to help this in the house and I want to work so I can help you to do this, but then suddenly you see this person is not keeping the promise and is just lacking in laziness, like it's lacking and bailing out and being a little lazy, just to put an example. It's like that type of energy that is, I know you guys are very strict in terms to structure and you guys love the organized things in their life, and sometimes you guys can organize people's life, because that's what Capricorn does. Capricorn likes to have this in a situation that every time you look at it, the books are standing in the way you want it, and then someone comes and switch it or move it. You're like, but it's gonna take me too long to do this again. Why would you do that? Now I have to switch the book again. Like I wanted it. Like it's all about fixing things, making it like this is an instruction. Like I have to follow that. So you guys can be a little difficult. And Saturn and Mars is here. Tower card. Yes, in your sixth house. In your first house. Identity. Something is changing, and it's changing inside of you. Something is breaking. Something is not unexpectedly, but you know that is something is going to change here. Great, great cards. Look at this. Sun, Mother of Pentacles, and that's you, and that's the Eight of Pentacles. Perfect. Perfect. Amazing. I'm very, very happy to see this, because Mars is giving you that incentive and that energy, all right, to help you in with this that you're trying to create in your love life, especially with your family matters. This is all about family matters and how you organizing and the structure of your family, and where is that foundation that you're trying to build that happiness that you haven't been that happy. Because like I said, is people around, either family or your partner or the people you like, they are not keeping their promises. They are not, it's not that they don't want to put the effort, it's just like they exaggerate things. But at the moment of the truth, he can tell you, I'm like an engineer, and it's not an engineer, it's something else. It's something that he works for an engineer, like whatever. I'm just saying, it's like I'm not saying it's someone who's trying to pretend to be someone else. It's someone who can do the job, but it make it look bigger than what it is. So it's like, oh, to kind of like show off a bit. So, or tell you I'll be there and sometimes like bail out on you. Doesn't completely finish the job. So in that, it irritates you. But I do understand you can be pretty quite stiff in terms to things. So this tower is coming to you, and it's going to show you a lot of things. It's going to hit you, and it's going to make you switch around when it comes to clarity coming to you. Clarity coming to you and try to help you to keep your cool, because you being pretty losing your cool. my Capricorns. And it's going to help you to bring that part of you and sensitive part of you and happiness with your family, with someone that you like. And you guys are going to be needing that web. Working, 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 and probably working in the details to make this turn into the happy family, happy relationship. You are really going hardcore and you are really seeing it. I'm really happy. It's all about family matters. It's all about changing your point of view, and Mars is going to show you that. Something is going to come up that is going to make you change and bring you that sense of you as the mother of pentacles, you know, someone who really wants to invest hardcore and make this work. And I know you are moving away from all this unhappiness you've been feeling, substituting happiness for something else, maybe doing something else like drinking or overly drinking or whatever it is, or someone who does that and you hate that. You're walking away in a certain way, but you're changing. It's like you started seeing new things and where your foundation is and who are the people who really don't cooperate with you in a certain way, right? Because it's really hard, but that is changing. That is changing. What is that change about? Like, I want to know, because I don't know what the change is about, right? We want to know a little bit more. I want to know a little bit more. Oops. Venus is in your 5th house. Great. There you go. 5th house. Perfect. And not just talking about Venus. Venus is going to be in your 5th house of love, relationship, romance, pleasure, children, fun. And look what it says. 10 of Pentacles. Great. We going from changing a lot, changing where you were, this is reverse, no, where you were barely sleeping. Look at this card. It's like whatever you've seen is you feel like stabbed in the eyes, like you were like that. And it's in your head though. It's not true. It's in your head. It's you doing it to yourself. And that's why you needed this change. You needed Saturn, you needed, Saturn retrograde to slap you, and Mars. And Venus is coming in your rescue, and Venus is bringing this in your 5th house. So you're struggling with your family. You're struggling in seeing things when it comes to your friendships, social activities with Jupiter. Mercury in your 4th house of home, real estate, reviewing things, communications about it that may come up and clear up things for you, but at the same time it make you feel a little comfortable, like this is not exactly what I expected. But even in love, but this changes, and the way you been stabbing yourself mentally and making you feel exhausted is going to change. It's going to change because something is going on that it will bring you this balance. Probably I'm thinking is just probably some gains that you're probably going to have. Maybe of decisions you made, a decision you have made, and is helping you when it comes to your stability emotionally. And remember, when we talk about house mainly right now, and even when it comes to house and relationships, you are choosing something that it will be pushed by Mars and Saturn retrograde in your sign, for you to review things, and things are definitely going to work in your favor. And oh, look at this. Great. This is just extra that I want to show you. Yes, the star. The star, feeling like you had no direction, but at the same time, you are reviewing that, reviewing where you're going, where you're heading when it comes to how matters, and you are you're taking the step. Good thing that you were juggling between too many things. You're dropping one of things and you are focusing. And when it comes to your stability, and something is good and gainings come that will bring you that stability and take away this that you're doing to yourself. Okay, my Capricorns, is very clear to me. You're going to have that pushed, and it's about having a gaining that is going to help you to recover that stability back to what, not exactly what you wanted, but it's definitely going to be fulfilling, great, because of decisions that you're going to be make. So happiness, investments, I children's, you're gonna have a really good time this month of April. And if you're alone, same thing, you're gonna be enjoying with your family. And do I see someone here? Well, for my lonely people, I just see that we have stability, and that's the most important thing. And if someone happened to appear in your life, you need to show this, and show this, like you work hard and then you have the happiness. So you need to demonstrate that to attract love to you. Okay, that's very important. If you're alone, you need to be positive and show that sun, because that personality of yours is going to be show a lot and change by Saturn retrograde and Mars in your first house. So very important. Your own actions going to be exposed, okay, by these planets. So you might have the chances to meet people, and that happy side of you is going to be there. See you on the mid-month, my Capricorns. Much love and much light. Ciao.